Starting. All right, now it is. All right, here we are. All right, here we are in this TTC interview. I got Curtis0360 here, and we're gonna ask him some questions about him and his team and everything. All right, first question is, uh, what made you decide to join the TTC?
You know what? I didn't even know what the TTC was. When I was still a senior in high school, and I was like, man, what's going on here? And I see a bunch of people. I thought it was like a bunch of people talking sports and shit. So I
Yeah.
figured, okay, I want to join the circle. But then I realized everyone's cracking off jokes against each other. I thought, all right, I'll give it a shot because I looked at how much fun it looked like. So okay, I thought I could join, and well, here we are. A couple pussified bitch callings and some some hangouts. Here I am. That's the reason why I joined. I mean, I thought it looked cool. And just joined.
Yeah, and you seem to have a good time in the TTC face-off, doing the first one for the season.
Oh yeah.
And uh, what's your opinion on the TTC face-off? Do you think we should do more? Or do you think it's hard for some people to get used to, because they ain't used to trashing against each other on cam? But what do you think about it?
Well, you know what? When we first did it was really fun, but you should just keep it kind of limited, like only very big games throughout the year, so that way you can maximize your views. You do it all the time, people get bored. Like keep maybe 4 or 5 per TTC 2013 NFL year or
Yeah.
whatever. You know, I mean, just keep it short. Keep the videos long, keep them entertaining, but keep them in a limited order. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You don't do them all the time. I mean, if they're that fun, they're that entertaining for people to watch, just do a limited amount and
I
make
was
them
thinking
good.
about doing some the ones that are more entertaining, the ones just the certain ones. Let's just say the bank, let's just say maybe I don't know. Let's throw this the Packers and Seahawks. Maybe that would be a good one. Maybe a rivalry with two rival teams going at it like that. But yeah. So how did you feel about your first year, and what do you feel you should you could do better in your second year?
Well, as far as the whole TTC goes, yeah, obviously you know how I feel. I don't do videos in the off season. I don't really trash in the off season. I got shit. I had college first of all, from January to May. I mean, I was busy with doing shit. I had to do a 10-page research paper. Oh God. So I had to do a bunch of stuff. And here's how I feel on the TTC. How I could do. Last year, the first week, I did not do so well. I had bad luck up and down. I mean, at first time, because every time I make predictions online and when no one pays attention, I'm usually right. The first time I tried to do it, everything went to hell.
Yeah.
Everything went to hell. I lost bets left and right. I didn't, but most importantly, I didn't trash talk to my strengths. I got to start being more witty. Got to start being more bold instead of being aggressive. I can be aggressive, but against only two very select teams. One, the Pittsburgh Steelers, who I call pussified bitches because they are pussified bitches, and the Boston Cock Sox, and that's for a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
So I might as well be kind of bold and witty and just nitpick at people and annoy them, and that usually will get it around. It kind of gets me going then. I'm not aggressive. I'm more passive, so I might as well stick to that stance, I suppose.
Yeah, for some people in the TTC when they're starting out in the rookie year, it gets frustrating for them. For some, it's just they just get the hang of it, like me and some other video makers. But some people it just takes time. But then the second year, I think your second year is going to be better for you than your first.
One thing I can't do, I can't video edit for shit. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I mean, don't see any real edited videos. You might see a couple more recorded clips here and there, but
Yeah.
don't expect any more recorded videos, or sorry, edited videos. Yeah, I'll still do a bunch of gameplay. I mean, I'm trying to make a libraries and shit, trash talk and gameplay, but I'm gonna organize them for this year for 2014 NFL TTC trash talk season.
All right. Out of all the teams in the NFL, what team can you not stand the most?
Oh boy, I'm gonna have some fun with this. Okay, we know my first one. Okay, I have a problem with the Steelers, and I'm gonna show you why. You already know it. They sit there, they show up when they start winning, right?
Yeah.
They went 0-4 last season. Where the hell was Steel Legends? Nowhere to be found. He's ghost.
Yeah.
I mean, Big Ben, I think Steven is his name.
Yeah.
He doesn't show up for 3 weeks and says, "Yeah, we won, woo!" It's really? They are pussified bitches. They had nothing to say. They're like, oh God, he called me puss. No. And on top of that, they keep talking about 6 Super Bowl rings, yet they cannot bring up when they won them. It's obvious. That's why I hate the Steelers. Okay, number 1 most hated team. The second most hated team, let me think about this for a second. It's either the Jets or the Patriots. So, and the Jets piss me off. Rex Ryan does not shut his damn mouth. All right, the Jets fans themselves are arrogant little pricks. Now, with one exception, I think Rock Chalk to the grave, like something like that. Rock Chalk talk to the grave. That's a tongue twister. But the fact that Rex Ryan talks out his ass about going to a Super Bowl with Mr. Butt Fumble and Geno Smith. I mean, look, no mistake. He did a good job his first 2 years and just tanked. I mean, he just went like this. The Jets fans talk shit. I don't like their team. Let's move on from that. The Patriots fans, obvious. They're Boston. You know, I have no problem with the team, really. I really don't. I think they're a classy organization. I mean, if you talk to him, Bill Belichick actually is a really nice guy. If you look at documentaries about him, he's really cool. I mean, like, yes, he gets dirty. I mean, I have this art of war. I mean, if you ever heard of a guy named, I'm kind of getting over a complication into this. I'll just say, look at a guy named William Tecumseh Sherman and look up war is cruelty, and you'll understand what I mean by how I respect Bill Belichick's model of success. Yeah. Number 4 most hated team is starting now. Might be a bit of a shocker. The 49ers. They're starting to piss me off. First of all, their fans getting cocky as fuck ever since they got good. Look, I've seen the Ravens good and bad. I never get cocky. I know what I'm looking at. Last year, I'll admit, I had my cocky year. Everyone has their cocky years, but these guys act like suddenly. I mean, they show up as soon as Jim Harbaugh comes around. Who was their last coach? Ask them that. Who was their last coach? And they'll shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Second of all, everyone treats Colin Kaepernick like he's the second coming of Christ. All right? What has he done? Okay, this guy, he is lucky as hell that he was on a team that was on a hot streak going into the playoffs in 2012. And was lucky to play in the Super Bowl. If it wasn't for a power outage, he would have gotten his ass kicked.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I'll give Colin Kaepernick his due credit in the playoffs this year. This last year, he did pretty good. But this guy is not an elite quarterback. He's good. That's all he is. They just kiss his ass so much, and it just pisses me off about San Francisco fans. They don't shut the hell up. And 5th, I'm kind of contemplating 5th with San Diego and Cleveland, but I'm just going to pick Cleveland because Cleveland fans, they piss me off too because, first of all, they're delusional. They think that just because they get one player, their team's going to be, woohoo, let's get fixed. Yay! You got a star from college. Good for you. Look, it's not. Boss Dog does not shut the hell up. Browns Rider does not shut the hell up. Listen, as soon as you guys can keep a coach, a good owner, at least a decent offense, I'll have a little bit of faith in you. Until then, just shut your damn mouths. You had first picks every year, did nothing with them, and you just tossed them away. Where's Josh Cribbs? What happened to him? Pay the man. I remember back in 2009, pay the man. He's fucking gone.
Yep.
That's what's going to happen to Manziel. That's what's going to happen to Josh Gordon. And you'd be damn sure anyone else on that team is going to leave, too, as soon as a big contract comes up. Mm-hmm. Those are my 5 most hated teams.
Well, the one thing about the Browns is I'm just wondering how long is their video makers going to stay around when they have a losing when they start losing. I wonder how long they're going to stay around.
Let's be honest. I mean, if they're Browns fans like they claim to be, they're probably honest Browns fans who have been around for the losing seasons. I'm not saying they're not loyal. I'm just saying you guys suck. Here's why the Browns fans suck too, because I'm not going to get in the Art Modell situation. I could blow their arguments up. I mean, all I'm going to say is the Gateway Project and the government of Cleveland are to blame.
Yep.
The Cleveland fans need to wake the fuck up. They're so delusional. They blame everyone else for their team's faults instead of actually blaming the freaking organization. I remember back in 2008, they blamed Derek Anderson for their bad season. Derek Anderson, number 3, Derek Anderson. They're fucking morons.
Yeah.
It's just like they don't realize who's the one drafting the players, who's the one at the top, who's at fault. Hey, for God's sake, make them have some responsibility. Stop looking at easy answers. Oh my goodness. Browns fans, I'm passive. I can't get aggressive about them. All I'm going to say is they're delusional. I wouldn't say idiots. They know their football. Just delusional people. To be nice.
Yep. And also the Steeler fans also like when they start losing, they don't show up either. And I mean like there's got to be like if you're true to your team, at least you come on here and then you just take your pros and you do all that. But I guess they just can't handle it.
I'm pretty sure there are real ones that don't come out when they start losing either. I mean, let's
Yeah.
be honest. I mean, it's been a little while since I was, as a Ravens fan, I experienced 2007, 2, 4, 05, and I can tell you, it did sting when 8-8 came around. It's not like because if you're not used to it, it's kind of like what the hell, 0-4, and you don't want to show up, you feel embarrassed. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's real Steeler fans.
Mhm.
Like I'm betting. Unfortunately, I have to admit this. Ghost Legends is probably a real Steelers fan, just because of how anyone who goes through that much effort to make Steelers videos. I mean, come on now. That's almost an automatic by default Steelers fan. Steven, I don't know, probably Steelers fan. The newest guy, Macwa Steelers, probably all are. But regardless of that, I'm not calling you bandwaggers. I'm just calling you pussified bitches because you can't handle the freaking heat or the truth.
Yep.
That's all it is to it. That's the truth. They're not bandwaggers. They're just pussified bitches. That's all there is to it.
So last year in the TTC, what was your favorite hate week of all? Last year in your first year.
Well, I bombed the. I did. Well, I was looking forward to the Broncos hate week, and everything went to hell. Uh, I'm gonna say the Steelers. The first Steelers hate week I had, that was good. That was good. I mean, I was trashing those motherfuckers, something fierce. I think I did. I did get them pretty good,
Mhm.
and they not many of them could respond to what I said, and it was good. That was probably my best hate week. My most favorite hate week was probably probably the Bengals, just because I mean all the bets that had to be that were coming up, and finally I won a bet that
Yeah.
week. I mean that sucked. I remember that shit.
Yep. So what in year two? What hate week are you looking forward to in year two?
Week 1, the Bengals.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that shit. I got some plans. I'm
Yeah.
not telling you though. I've definitely got some plans for some people.
Yeah. So what do you feel about like the two people who claim to be Steeler fans and Bengals fans, Billy Levy and REG? How do you feel about those two?
First of
Do you
all,
feel
Let me start with Ari G because I have no compassion for this guy. But Billy Levy, I don't know about him. But here we go. Ari G. First of all, I love how this guy claims that monarchy originated from England, but yeah, it originates. This guy is a fucking stupid, racist asshole who he thinks he's a good rapper. I mean, it's first of all, most white people can't rap. I can't rap. I'm pretty sure you can't rap. I'm not even sure why he's trying to rap. And what do I say about this guy? He's a bandwagoner. Okay, fine. He's a bandwagoner. My problem with this guy is just he's stupid and he's racist. No one's allowed. No one in the TTC is allowed to be in the TTC if they're racist assholes. Sorry. I mean, that's just how it is. I don't have anything real coy to say about the situation. You're thinking I'm going to be funny about it. Well, sorry. There's nothing that. What's there to be funny about? He's a racist. He's an asshole. Telling Tyson he should go back to Africa and call him the N word and everything. Have some decency about yourself.
yeah.
Jesus, it's not fucking that word. I mean, you're teaching other people that's cool. It's not cool to say that fucking word. It's not cool. I saw Coach Carter. Well, yeah, I saw that movie, Coach Carter. I mean, who's anyone who saw that movie? There's a part in that movie that said any African American male in here saying that, like when they talked about how it said N word and all this other crap, and talked about how they say all sorts of racist language, and Tyson says it all the time too. It's teaching white people that it's cool. That's
Yeah.
what it's doing. It's not cool. It's not cool. It's not funny at all. And Ari G also is like I said, is a fucking idiot. I mean, I bet she's not even a real Steelers fan. She's on there trying to get rap video views and shit like that.
Yeah.
Now, as far as Billy Levy goes, I'm actually tempted to say no comment But the kid looks like he's got some issues, and I don't think people should be attacking the shit out of him like they are. I mean, I've been there. Let's just say that I've been there. I mean, it's not really fun to be in that situation like Billy Levy's in, seeking attention like that, and just he looks like he's got some issues that I can relate to, which I won't say on camera. That's no one's business.
Yeah.
So pretty much no comment on Billy Levy.
Yeah. So how do you feel about your Ravens this season? You feel you're going to have a good season?
Well, first of all, let's go ahead and give a giant middle finger to Las Vegas. They should not be betting. They're morons, okay? Las Vegas, do not, first of all, who do you think's right, Las Vegas or NFL pundits? Who do you think knows more about football?
Probably NFL pundits.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, anyone that bases their facts off Las Vegas, please check yourself and go see what's wrong with your brain. Here's why. Las Vegas says we're going to go 8-8. I don't know what in their logic makes them think we're going to go 8-8. I really don't think, because reason why we went 8-8 last year is because everything possible went wrong for this team. Joe Flacco threw a career-high interceptions. That's unusual. Throwing more interceptions than touchdowns, and that many more interceptions than touchdowns? I mean, you're talking about crashing rock bottom there. I mean, there's really nowhere else to go but up with Joe Flacco this year. The offensive line, I really don't see how it's going to get worse, considering how we have Eugene Monroe locked up, and we got a veteran center, and we got Marshall Yonda still. Clutch Assembly's coming back. This is how I see it. The Ravens, I like the 2 tight end set we got. I like the repaired offensive line. I think Joe's going to get better. I like Bernard Pierce. I like Torrey Smith. I like Jacoby Jones. The defense looks good. The defensive line looks good. We could have the best linebacking core in the league this year. Our backfield and, the defensive backfield, Jimmy Smith, Ladarius Webb, Spidey, everything looks good. The one problem I have, and I've preached this before, is Steve Smith.
Yeah.
I have a problem with the Steve Smith signing, and I've always had a problem with Steve Smith signing. At the time Steve Smith was on the market, Julian Edelman, his contract was up. Julian Edelman, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated players in the whole NFL. That guy is just, every time I saw him play against us, every time I see him play against other teams, that guy's a beast. That guy's a beast. I mean, he's a little guy, but so what? He's tough. He scraps. I mean, he can play. Mm-hmm. And he's young. He's worth an investment. Why? Not only is Steve Smith old and at the end of his career, this just stinks like Lee Evans and T.J. Oshmanzada. It just stinks. I don't like it. I understand Steve Smith's this tough bravado guy, but why make the investment at all? Everyone's like, oh, he won't get the money. Why even take a chance?
Yeah.
Why even risk that possibility again? He's an old dude. What happens if he tears his ACL? I'm sorry, but I just throw the red flag at that. That's the only problem I have with this offseason. The only problem I have with this team is the Steve Smith signing, and I got a bad gut feeling what will happen. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but just a fair warning on Steve Smith. Look out.
If you want my prediction, I think it's going to be a good race between the Ravens and Bengals. Those are the 2 top picks, I think, who will win the division.
I said when I did my AFC North predictions, you can look at them if you want. Anyone here can look at them if they want. I said 11-5. I mean, I really screwed up my count there, too, in that video. I couldn't count to 16 to save my damn life. I said that we would go that, and because we would lose more road games than we would win road games. Because last time when we went undefeated at home, we were 12-4, 4-4, 4 wins on the road, 4 losses on the road. 11-5 seems definitely possible. I would love to see 12-4 because I believe 1 road loss is against the Buccaneers, and I said that's a trap game. That definitely smells like a trap game. It feels like a trap game. I'm just going to go in it and say it's a trap game. I really think we can start out 4-0 and get off hot, and then cool off a little bit, and then get off hot again. We can do that. I said the Bengals have a run for their money this year. This is not going to be an easy race for them. They're not going to have a comfortable lead like they did last year. They're not going to have any of that. They're going to have a much harder schedule. The Bengals and the Ravens, the Ravens and Steelers are up to par with them now. Or at least, the Steelers have added some players finally. They're starting to rebuild, and they're getting better. The Ravens are honestly the one team that can give them a shot at actually give them a run for their money now. It's going to be a lot closer this year. Bengals fans are going to be holding their breath. They're just not going to be like, oh, yeah, woo, sit back.
Yeah.
Sorry, but I mean, I don't see the Bengals winning an easy title this year. I really don't. And I love how, by the way, Donald Dayton, a little thing toward him, he talks about our offense and how no happening offense when we added 2 tight ends. We kept most of our receivers. Like you can comment Steve Smith if he wants. Joe Flacco obviously is better than Andy Dalton, and yet their team adds absolutely no one.
Yeah.
He must be getting a little senile. So I mean, I can't trash talk right now. Can't do it. Next question.
Um, being a Ravens fan, like, what would be your favorite Raven player of all time, if you had to pick one?
Mm. Well, most people would say Ray Lewis or Ed Reed. I'm going to say, hold on, let me think. Well, at one point I was obsessed with Adalis Thomas. I thought he would stay here for a little while, but he didn't. Um, Shannon Sharp, not Shannon Sharp. What's that one guy? Jermaine Lewis. Jermaine Lewis. That's what I'd say. Little J. Lou. If you don't believe me, take a look at the 2000 year. That guy. Just take a look.
Yeah.
I cannot talk today. I just can't talk.
So, is there like any person like you would want to call out to a face-off this season?
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Usually, I'm gonna just like let people take shots at me first, so that way I can take shots back at them. I'm not gonna fire away first. That much I did learn. I'm not firing away first. I'm not doing that. I will say I'm definitely seeing Boss Dog coming after me, and believe me, I'm anticipating that shit. That's definitely a potential face-off. Another potential face-off is perhaps maybe the A-Train. Maybe could take a shot at me. He might try to do that again. I don't see anyone else. Maybe Donald if he decides he wants to get down. But I mean, I don't see anyone else. Maybe if by some remote chance, Steel Legends. That would be something.
You see
Steel
how
Legends.
you go at it. All right, last question, and then we'll get done with this interview. Speaking of Donald Day, and I talked to him on Facebook the other day. I asked him if he would like to do a face-off with you guys, the Ravens fans, on week 1, and he said he's down to do one. So, you looking forward to it? You excited about that? Maybe having that face-off with Donald
If
Day?
he has the cojones to go on YouTube, make a video, and say, "All right, come out, Ravens fans, come and play," I'll do it.
Yep.
No middleman here. He has to get his old hairy balls, come out, and actually go on YouTube and speak.
Yep.
That's what I say.
So, is there anything else you'd like to say before we wrap this interview up?
I mean, it's up to you. I mean, you have miscellaneous questions, obviously. You can spend 5 minutes asking me whatever the hell you want to add some entertainment to this, because I was boring as hell throughout the whole time. Okay. You have anything to ask?
All right. So, how's college going for you? How's it been?
College?
Yeah.
It's actually not doing bad. I mean, I still want to be a history teacher, but if you saw my Facebook page, I might become an EMT. I still want to be a history teacher, but it's just like, it's kind of like, you know, as far as my grades go, I'm just going to answer my question to you. I'm doing okay, but as my overall major, that's how I'm focusing on my college. I'm picking EMT right now because it sounds like a decent salary. I mean, I'm already first aid certified. I'm halfway there. I might as well get to it.
Yeah. So you are. So are you a Baltimore Orioles fan?
Yes, I am, and I'm ashamed to say I haven't been able to watch a lot of the games. I'm having problems with my cable.
Yeah.
So yeah, I haven't been able to watch it. I mean, hopefully I won't have a problem watching the Ravens games. I'd be pissed if I had problems there. That's where I draw the line. But the Orioles, I mean, I'm not as big as a fan as the Orioles I am with the Ravens. That much I will say. Just because, like, I mean, I've been an O's fan since '08, and I mean, not much has gone on since until just recently. I
Yeah.
remember the last manager, Dave Tremblay, was a fucking idiot. Couldn't fucking do a pitching rotation to save his life. Hey, do you have another question?
How did you feel about the Broncos losing the Super Bowl to the Seahawks?
Oh, I got something to say. Okay, first of all, all right. I remember this game because I just heard so much shit talk from everyone from the Broncos on Facebook, right? Talking about, oh, we're gonna destroy the Seahawks. They have no chance. And then suddenly after the game, they're just fucking dead quiet. It was great. It was a question of offense versus defense, right? If
Yep.
you saw my Super Bowl 48 recap, it was like back in February. I was completely 100% right on everything I said. We can end the discussion now on what wins championships.
Defense.
Period. Period. Nothing. End of story. The Broncos, as soon as they got in the field, they laid the biggest sized turd anyone could ever see in the history of the whole sport. The really sad part is about Super Bowl 48. I honestly had in the back of my mind that the Broncos could actually come out and play well. Instead, first play of the game,
Yep.
fumble, then safety.
Yep.
And from the very, very start, they were laughing stock. They couldn't do shit. They couldn't do shit, and most of it's actually their fault.
Yep.
They didn't look like they were prepared, and every time they tried to get back in the game, shit went wrong. It's just one of them games where you just. I mean, I had a blast watching it. I really did.
Yeah. Super Bowl though, I was questioning like, I know Peyton Manning won one Super Bowl, but I was questioning if he would ever win another Super Bowl. Now I guess, to me, it looks like he might not never win another Super Bowl. He's up there in 80.
The Broncos will not have a good year. I really don't think they're gonna have a good year at all. I mean, first of all, them having the wrong fucking quarterback on that team is not helping them. I do not like Peyton Manning in a football sense. As a man, I probably have respect for him, but no, just no. I'm not gonna pick that team to win anything as long as Peyton Manning's on that fucking team. I'll find something. I'm warning you, I have bias, but I have some other shit that backs me up as well. Go ahead if you have another question.
You know, it would be kind of exciting to see though, like your guys' defense back in 2000 up against the Seahawks defense. That'd be kind of like a fantasy matchup. But honestly, like if I would ask you, like knowing your answer probably, but do you think it'd be a good game, or do you think like the Ravens would pull away, or the Seahawks?
All right, let's take a look at the Seahawks, right? The Seahawks pass defense. The reason why they did so well against the Broncos is because the Broncos pretty much relied on nothing but the pass.
Yep.
Throughout the whole, that was pretty much their offense. Throwing the football and wide receivers. That's what it was. Against the number one pass defense in the league, they played right into the Seahawks' strength. The Ravens were good against everything. The run, the pass. Shit, I mean, if they could, I bet you if they played on special teams, they could stop them from getting a touchdown there. Look, there was no way you were going to get out against Goose or Sam Adams or McCrary or Peter Boulware. I mean, we had the best defensive line that year. We did not allow a single rusher over 100 yards, 4 shutouts throughout the whole year in 2000. And you mean to be telling me throughout the playoffs, when I believe we only allowed 16 offensive points throughout the playoffs, how much did the Seahawks defense allow? That's just raw numbers. Not to mention the fact we had Hall of Famers on our defense at the time in their prime, all over the field, not just in the secondary. Our defense 2000 defense is way superior to the Seahawks. Now, some people say because of ease of schedule, the Baltimore Ravens 2000 defense is lackluster, and it's not as good as the 1970 Steelers. Now, here's my argument against that. What defensive records were set against good offensive teams? That's my question to you. Do you have any name of any team that set a good defensive record against good offensive teams?
I can't answer.
There you go. Case in point. Look, I'm not saying the 2000 Ravens are the best defense of all time, but I'm sorry, if you were to compare the Seahawks, the Ravens are far superior. Far superior. They're not going to. Good job to them. They did a great job in the Super Bowl. But also, guess what? The Ravens did not allow a single offensive score in the Super Bowl. Not a single offensive score. Yes, Kerry Collins and the Giants' offense was not exactly the best. I get that. But you guys, regardless of that, you ain't going to get anywhere close to that. You're just not. You're just not. Period.
Yep. Well, that's pretty much about it. This is a great interview we had. and looking forward to seeing you with the TTC face-off.
No
And
problem.
that's pretty much about it. So this is Matt Ogden and Curtis360, and we're signing out.
All
Peace.
right. See ya.